What's up, Sec Gang? Stefan here from TechRight. Today we're going to be comparing the Galaxy A13 5G to the new Motorola Moto G Stylus 2022. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the A13 5G on the left side, the Moto G Stylus on the right side. The A13 5G came out late 2021, December 2nd. So that's a 2021 device. The Moto G Stylus is a 2022 device coming out February 3rd. Now, starting off with the build of these devices, both these devices are going to have a glass front and plastic frame and plastic back. I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, the Moto G Stylus 2022 does feel a little bit better, to be quite honest. I don't think there's much of a difference, though. Both of them feel pretty decent for the prices. And as far as like accessories and stuff like that, obviously the G Stylus 2022 does come with a stylus right here that you guys can go ahead and pop out. But very nice stylus, very premium feeling as well. That would be the first reason to get the Moto G Stylus over the A13 5G. As far as the body goes, the other thing is both these devices don't have any certification, but the Moto G Stylus does have water repellent coating on it. And in the past, it's worked pretty decent. I haven't really dropped the phone in water, but if you get some splashes on it and stuff, your phone's definitely going to survive. Now, going into the display on these devices, the A13 5G is going to be a TFT panel, and the Moto G Stylus is going to be an LCD panel. As far as which one looks better, I would say the Moto G Stylus. It definitely looks a lot better as far as the saturation goes. Both these devices are going to be 90 Hz refresh rates, and the A13 is going to be a 6.5 inch display, and the Moto G Stylus is going to be 6.8 inches, so it is going to be a little bit of a taller phone. And the screen to body ratio on the Moto G Stylus is going to be a little bit better by about 3%. Now, as far as the PPIs, the A13 5G has a PPI of 270 compared to the Moto G Stylus, where we get a pixel density of 396, and that definitely shows on this device. The screen looks a lot better on the Moto G Stylus, and honestly, I think the style is a lot better as well. Instead of that water drop notch, you get a hole punch notch right there, which I think looks much better and much more modern. And as far as the resolution, the A13 5G is going to be 720p compared to the Moto G Stylus's 1080p display. Now, both these devices, as far as software, are going to have Android 11. The A13 5G is going to have the December 2nd security patch, and the Moto G Stylus is going to have the January 2nd security patch on here. And we are running One UI on the A13 5G. Now, as far as the processors go, on the A13 5G, we have the MediaTek Dimensity 700 5G compared to the Moto G Stylus with the MediaTek Helio G88. And we're going to go into a little bit of a Geekbench test right here just to show you these scores and go ahead and compare them. Now, as you guys see on the A13 5G, we have a single core score of 471 and a multi-core score of 1115. Compared to the Moto G Stylus, it has a little bit of a lower single core score at 362. So we get 100 more on the single core score on the A13 5G, but we do have a score of about over 200 more on the multi-core score for the Moto G Stylus at 1330 compared to 1115. So kind of weird right there, and I believe that has to do with the RAM for their multi-core score. The processor on the A13 5G may be a little bit better, to be quite honest, because we have 6 gigabytes of RAM instead of 4 that we have in the A13 5G. So we have about a 2 gigabyte difference in this comparison. We also have a dedicated slot for the micro SD card on both these devices, so definitely nice to see. Now, getting into the cameras on these devices, on the A13 5G, we have a triple camera setup. Our main camera is going to be 50 megapixels, which is going to be our wide camera. Second is going to be a 2 megapixel macro, and our third is going to be a 2 megapixel depth. Going over to the Moto G Stylus, we're going to have the same triple camera setup with the LED flash on the right side, and we're also going to have a 50 megapixel wide, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel depth camera. So we get ultra wide on the Moto G Stylus and not on the A13 5G, but we actually do have macro on the A13 5G, and the Moto G Stylus does not. I believe the Moto G Stylus actually does have a software variant of macro on the device, but it doesn't have its own dedicated lens for it. As far as the front-facing cameras, these are both going to be wide-angle front-facing cameras. The A13 5G is going to be rated at 5 megapixels, and the G Stylus is going to be rated at 16. Both these devices also have a fingerprint sensor on the right side of the device. Both of them are very accurate. Honestly, I would say the Moto G Stylus is a little bit more accurate, to be quite honest. And both of them also have a 5,000 milliamp battery. And getting into the charging, the A13 5G actually charges at 15 watts. So we do have fast charging on the A13 5G. However, we do not actually receive a charging brick inside the A13 box. And we actually do have one in the Moto G Stylus. But this can only charge up to 10 watts. So this does not have fast charging. This does, but this comes with a wall charger inside the box. So you guys have to pretty much choose which one is better for you at that point. And as far as the colors, we only have black on the A13 5G. They have yet to come out with another color. And on the Moto G Stylus, we have twilight blue and metallic rose. And as far as the device's prices, the A13 5G is not out yet unlocked, I believe, but it's probably going to come around somewhere at $250. And the Moto G Stylus is out right now, unlocked, fully unlocked for $299. So for just $50 more, you get that stylus, you get a bigger screen, you actually get a charger inside of the box, and you get that better display right there. Alright guys, so which device would I pick up, the A13 5G or the Moto G Stylus 2022? Honestly, I'd probably go with the G Stylus 2022. 5G is really not that much of a big deal to me, as well as this has a pretty much stock Android UI. We also get a nice stylus in here, 6 gigabytes of RAM, a 5,000 milliamp battery. Everything in here is very, very solid, and what's even more convenient is the Moto actions inside this device that make it even easier to use. So really like the Moto G Stylus 2022. I am a huge fan of Samsung, but I don't think it could beat the G Stylus 2022. Honestly, if you guys want 5G, if you guys want 15-watt fast charging, go with the A13 5G, but I think the more solid device here is the G Stylus 2022. But yeah guys, if you did enjoy that video, please leave a like down below, as well as subscribing if you're not part of the Tech Gang already. Also hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I do upload a new video. This has been Stefan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.